Hey book lovers, welcome to my first reading vlog, which is a dedicated reading vlog for Alice Feeney's Daisy Darker. In this vlog, I'm just going to read this book. My intent is to figure out if Alice Feeney is officially one of my favorite authors. Kind of similar to what Meg with Books has done. I think she says if she can read 3 books from an author that she rates at least 5 stars, she considers them a favorite author. I think I'm a little strict with my 5 stars. So instead of 5 stars, I want to say if I've given a book 4.5 stars or higher, then it would qualify. Other Alice Feeney books that I have read were Rock, Paper, Scissors, which I did give 5 stars. I think initially when I read it, I gave it 4.5. But I read it earlier this year. I read it back in like January or February. And I was trying to think back, what didn't I like about that book? And I can't think of anything. I literally cannot think of anything. So I took the liberty of actually bumping that up from a 4.5 to a 5 star. My obsession with that book was the twist. There's a couple twists, but specifically one twist in that book got me. It got me. I was actually listening to it on audio. I was in the car pickup line at my kid's school, and the twist happened, and I don't even remember. I think if it was wintertime, my windows wouldn't have been open. But anyways, I squawked. Like my jaw dropped, and a noise emitted from my mouth. Like, what? So yeah, that got me. I loved that book. Like I said, thinking back, I can't think of anything that I didn't really like. The other Alice Feeney that I rated pretty highly was His and Hers. That one I did actually at the time rate 5 stars. And again, thinking back, it doesn't feel like a 5 star to me. I did love it. I really did love it. It just doesn't have that 5 star vibe. So anyways, I dropped that one down to 4.5. So Rock, Paper, Scissors, my official rating is 5 stars. His and Hers, my official rating is 4.5 stars. And now I'm going to be reading Daisy Darker, and we're going to see if Alice Feeney is a favorite author of mine. I did start Daisy Darker tonight. Very fitting. This actually starts on October 30th, and it is Sunday, October 30th. I'm really liking the setting and the atmospheric writing. This house, it's like a stone Victorian house, very Gothic style. So it sounds really, really kind of creepy, and I'm really liking that. I'm about 67 pages in. So far, we've met everyone in the family. Daisy, she's the youngest daughter, and she has sisters Lily and Rose. Daisy, so the family kind of says that she's a little bit broken because she was born with like a heart defect. So she's had a lot of health issues throughout her life. And then there's her sister Lily. She's kind of very vain, very concerned with her looks. And then there's the oldest sister, Rose, who sounds like she had a failed marriage, and she is a veterinarian. We've also met the mom and the dad. They're divorced. Obviously, they don't get along very well. And it's the dad who is the son of Nana. At the start of the book, everyone arrives at Sea Glass for Nana's 80th birthday. By the way, I love Nana. She is hilarious. She is a hoot. She's got some really witty comebacks. Just sounds like a pretty fun person. But anyways, I guess they haven't really spoken to each other in quite some time. There was a bit of a falling out, or something happened that we're not really made aware of yet. Something to do with Daisy, actually. And I guess she carries a lot of guilt. And she keeps saying that she has a secret. They're having dinner, and Nana ends up telling everybody her will. And of course, nobody's happy with the outcome. That kind of stirs the pot a little bit. And then we have this other character who arrives late, kind of seemingly out of nowhere, especially because the tide has already started to come in. So everyone's like, oh my gosh, where did you come from? How did you get here? I'm at the part now where at the stroke of midnight on Halloween, Nana is found dead. So that's where we're at. Anyways, we're heading out. So I will update you again once I read some more. happy Halloween. Reading update. I am about halfway through Daisy Darker. I am really liking this. The writing style, just Alice Feeney, her writing is just so good, and it's like every chapter leaves you on a cliffhanger. So I finished a chapter thinking, okay, I want to go to bed now, and then I want to keep reading. So that's really good. So I am kind of flying through this. I don't have any complaints at this point. I really like kind of where this is going. Like it's really suspenseful. You don't really know. I mean, at this point, like, characters are getting knocked off one by one. And it's funny because you think you know who's going to be next, but then you're wrong. But yeah, the atmosphere is really, really good. There's lots of flashbacks. Somebody keeps leaving like these home videos laying around the house for the people that are still there to find. So they pop them in the VCR and they start watching them. So there are a lot of portions of this that take place before, like when Daisy and her sisters were quite a bit younger. And I like that, you know, things just kind of keep creeping out of the woodwork. Secrets about the family members. So far, Nana is still my favorite character. I really like her personality. I like her morals. So yeah, I have to read. I would love to read. I have to work today. I do work from home most days of the week, so I can just stay home, which is nice. And then later we'll take my kids trick-or-treating, and hopefully anytime I get a break, I'll be able to pick it back up. That's one thing that I really like about this is a book that when I'm not reading it, I want to be reading it. So that is a huge indicator to me that it's a book that I'm enjoying, and major potential for 5 stars at this point. I'm excited. Now Tuesday, November 1st. I don't know if it was being out trick-or-treating last night, but I've come down with a bit of a chest cold, it seems. I'm not feeling the greatest. Back to reading this. I finished up most of what I had to do for work, so now I'm just kind of relaxing for a little bit. I'm almost to page 200 in Daisy Darker. I just read a line that drives me crazy. I don't know why, but I have a pet peeve. You know how a lot of people, they have that pet peeve of, you know, I let go of the breath that I didn't know I was holding. I have a similar pet peeve, not with that, but this line, if she feels me staring at her, she doesn't show it. I hate that. I don't know why. The formula for that sentence, it drives me crazy. Another example would be, like, if he was angry, his face didn't show it. Or if she felt embarrassed, her facial features didn't let on, or something like that. Anyways, kind of bummed that line was in here. It's literally in every book that I read, unfortunately. Anyways, just thought I would share. Things are feeling a little bit slower right now. A lot more flashbacks, and not just with videotapes, but the stories from Daisy's POV. In her talking to the audience, she'll just start talking about the past as well. Anyways, it feels like those past scenes are kind of ramping up a little bit. Nothing's really happened since my last update that's wowed me. So I've got a little over 100 pages left to go. I'm hoping I can finish this tonight. Okay, we just had one twist revealed. And I saw it coming. I'm sad. Hello, welcome back to Future, Present. You'll notice my intro looks exactly the same as my outro. It's because I'm filming them at the same time. At this point, I have now read Daisy Darker. Let's talk about it. I was disappointed because I don't remember there being like a huge twist in His and Hers, but the twist from Rock, Paper, Scissors, that has stuck with me so much. And I wanted that so badly from this book. So badly. It didn't happen. It did not happen. In fact, one of the twists I called chapter 2 or 3. I listened to the audiobook and read this together. I sat down and read the first chapter, like listened to it on audio and read it physically. And then like chapter 2 and 3, I had gotten up, I was in the kitchen, I was making myself lunch. I'm standing at the stove, I'm stirring my food, and I remember thinking, oh, I bet this is what happens. That's what happened. There's I think 4. There's like 4 twists. Yeah, and I think Alice Feeney is pretty well known for that. Just like twist after twist after twist. And all the other ones, they didn't surprise me. But I did give this 4.5 stars. So the only reason I'm not giving it 5 is because I was disappointed with the lack of surprise. Like, I want twists to slap me in the face and knock me out. That's what I want. And that's what I was hoping for. And I did not get that. So what did I love? I loved Nana's character. Holy crap, did I love Nana's character. There's a couple parts at the beginning where she's a firecracker. She's so feisty. One quote that I wrote down from Nana is, "My dear, I'd rather be dead than normal." And then another, I don't remember what was happening, but they were all sitting at the dinner table, like in the beginning. I think they were talking about like various ways that people could get away with murder, like what you could do and get away with in killing somebody. So Nana's like sitting at the head of the table listening to all her family talk psychotically about, you know, what their form of murder would be. And she's just like, oh, what a murderous family we are. And I don't know, I just, that tickled my funny bone a little bit. Other one is they at one point needed to make a phone call. Like Nana's like, oh, my phone doesn't work anymore. And they're like, what? Why? And she's like, well, I stopped paying the bill. People kept calling me. I love Nana. I love her. I love her. I did find kind of a quote in the book. I think this is, yeah, Daisy said this. It felt like this is the message of the book. So I wrote it down. But sometimes keeping secrets is the kindest thing to do. You know, with this book being so heavily rooted in like all the family members having a secret, kind of the reasons why these secrets are kept from people, that just really makes sense. Like, you know, sometimes the kindest thing to do is to keep your secrets, because in revealing your secrets, in many cases, you're just going to end up hurting somebody. This book is supposed to be a bit of a retelling of Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None, I think. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Which I don't think I ever fully read. I know I started reading it. I had like a mass paperback size version of it when I was younger. I think I started to read it, but I never finished reading it. But I saw somebody else, I don't remember who, it was another booktuber. She was reviewing this, and she said that one of the things that she liked about this is that a lot of books claim to be like And Then There Were None. But there are certain things in And Then There Were None that are missing from those stories. Like one of the big things is a poem, and this book has that. You know, Nana's an author, and a big part of this story is this poem that is like written on the wall, and it's literally repeated throughout the story like 20 different times. So yeah, the things that I absolutely loved about this book, the characters were great, the atmosphere was impeccable. Throughout the entire book, there's like this massive storm going on and it's dark and the tide is in, so you can't escape. And it's like you feel that really comes across in the writing, to the point where it felt like I was sitting in a storm listening to thunder and, you know, waves crashing on the rocks. I thought the plot was really well done. You know, everything just kind of flowed together really nicely. I was intrigued. I was definitely intrigued the whole time. So this means that I have given Alice Feeney a 5-star, a 4.5 star, and a 4.5 star. Alice Feeney is officially one of my favorite authors. Thank you so much for joining me in my first ever dedicated reading vlog. I really did enjoy this, and I love watching other booktubers do reading vlogs. If you've read Alice Feeney, or if she's one of your favorite authors, let me know down in the comments. And if there's another book that you want me to do a dedicated reading vlog for, let me know. I would love to check it out. As always, if you feel so inclined, please do like and subscribe. And until next time, bye.